Today, I want to try to help you find the love of your life. Okay, let's try to make it easier for you to do the work. I'll give you the idea and then you work on it. Now, I've taught you how to approach women, I've taught you how to be a gentleman. So, let me tell you the places you can actually go and try to find the love of your life. So, we'll be talking about the places that you can actually go and find a very nice woman or meet someone that you guys will share the same interest. Okay, so if this is the kind of video you like, make sure you stick around and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my videos. So welcome and welcome back to Real Talk with IJ. I'll be sharing with you some 50-50 spots. So now I call this one 50-50 because it may happen, it may not happen. You cannot really 100% trust them, and also you cannot just say, oh, they are bad places to meet women. Now some people have found love in this through this kind of means, because they say we find love in hopeless places, right? So I will be giving you some 50-50 spots and some sure spots that I know that if you look through it or go through it, you might find the right woman for you. So that will start with the first one. I'm going to start with the 50-50 spot. So the first on top of my list is going to be your working place, where you work. Now, why I call this place a 50-50 place is because I don't 100% encourage you dating someone from your place of work. Now, not necessarily because she might be a bad person, but it might not just be a very good idea. That's why a lot of workplaces will tell you that they don't encourage dating. Okay, like you cannot be dating your colleague. It might mess up your work and all of that, because like if you get into a fight, you might not be 100% productive, and they're not paying you to not be productive. Okay, so yes, you might find the right person from your workplace, but I just do not encourage it because it might not work out. And the reason why you might be falling in love with her is because you see her every day, so you just think she's your type. Okay, she might not be your type, you might just be lonely, and because you see her every day, you think she's the right person for you. So I call it a 50-50 spot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. The second place that you can find love is in the gym. Now, I also call the gym a 50-50 place because, listen, a lot of people who go to the gym, no, these are not for people who are just in love with the gym, who are like bodybuilders and all of that, but especially women, a lot of women who go to the gym, you see that they've just been heartbroken, they are going through a lot, they are going through so much stress, and this is the only place where they can come and pour out their frustration. A lot of times, women go back to the gym when they've just, lost the relationship, like they've just been going through a very hard time, doing, like, they've just had a very hard breakup, and I don't know why I'm so distracted today. They're just having a very serious heartbreak and all of that. So I call it 50-50 spot because she might still be heartbroken, she might still be healing, she might not even have started her healing journey. So meeting a woman in the gym is somehow tricky because she might still be a walking red flag. Okay, she might still be hot from her past, because a lot of times women go to the gym because they're trying to forget a man, so they're trying to get back into their revenge body, and their revenge body means that they still want to pepper the man or tell him, see, I'm still hotter. So they might not be over him yet, so it might not be the right place to meet a woman because she's fighting with some demons. You need to allow her heal. So I call it the 50-50 spot, because some people are just in love with the gym. So sometimes you can meet a girl in the gym that is already healed. It's just that she loves going to the gym. So you can meet her and she will be a great person, but 70% of the time they are still heartbroken and they're just trying to get into that revenge body to pepper another guy, or so they might still not have gotten over their past relationship. So that's why I call it the 50-50 spot. The third 50-50 spot for me is going to be online dating. Now, online dating is 50-50 because I know a lot of people also have found love from online dating. And let me know in the comment section if you met your husband or your wife through any of these means that I'm calling the 50-50 spot, or if you have a better recommendation, please don't forget to drop it in the comment section. I like to see read your opinion and your thought, but make sure you keep it very respectful. Don't get into any fight with anybody or me. Your opinion is welcome, but keep it respectful, keep it decent. Okay, now the online dating space for me, I call it the 50-50 space or spot, is because it's tricky. People will catfish you. A lot of people are just in there for the business. A lot of people are just in there for the fun, for sex and all of that. So I will not put 100% trust in an online dating site. Some people are just there some people are bored. They have husbands and wives, but they're just there to pass time and share nude pictures and whatnot and just chit chat. Especially if you're trying to meet her in person and she's just, coming up with excuses. She might not be interested. She's just really bored. A lot of married women are on dating platform just to, chat with men because their husband is not giving them a lot of attention. So you need to be very careful when it comes to online dating. That's why I call it the 50-50 spot. So sometimes you might really find an amazing girl who really wants to get into a relationship. A lot of people get so desperate and they're like, you know what, I'm going to try the online dating. And sometimes it works out, okay? So sometimes she's actually there looking for love, but for me it's still 50-50. You might find the right person, or you might just find someone who's just there to waste your time. So definitely read the signs, and do not waste your time with anybody who is not ready to be in a committed relationship with you. Another 50-50 spot for me, which is a no-brainer, is a nightclub. Now, yes, sometimes really single ladies just go to the nightclubs to chill and all of that, but is it the ideal place to meet someone, to have a proper conversation with them? I do not think so. Yes, you could exchange phone number and get to know them better, but you know how it is these days. People are hustling, a lot of hustlers in the street, a lot of girls just looking for a man to, spend money and, just have one night stands and random shit like that. So I don't think the club is the perfect place to find the love of your life, except you are also a night crawler and you are also a club freak and you don't mind dating someone who is the same way, because when it comes to dating and marriage, it's all about sharing the same value. So if you're okay with her value when you get to talk to her, that's for you. Okay, I personally, I call it the 50-50 place, because I will not necessarily take a guy so serious that I met in a club. It usually is all about fun for me, and sometimes it's not the exact truth. Some people are just, dragged by their friends to come out more, and boom, you might just meet them and find love. So we cannot really conclude. That's why I call it the 50-50 place. Okay, so watch out. And another thing why I call it 50-50 place for the club is because it's usually so loud, so you cannot even have a proper conversation to get to know this person, because you might be intoxicated, she might be drunk. A lot of feelings that you might think you're having for her, just love at first sight, could be the alcohol speaking in your system, and one thing can lead to another, and you guys end up having sex, and you end up resenting that person because you feel like, okay, it was the alcohol. A lot of people have gone home or kissed their fellow man in the club because they were drunk. And transgenders these days looking hotter and finer and all of those things. So like, you need to be very careful. If you're going to go to the club to try and find love, pay more attention so that you are sure that it's not just the alcohol talking in your brain and trying to deceive you. That's why I call it the 50-50 spot, because you cannot be sure about anybody in the club. She could be married, with kids. She could have HIV. So you just, like, it's not like, people survive with HIV, and this is not trying to stereotype anybody, but like, you just need to be careful if you're going to try to find love in the club. It's very tricky. And the last on that list of 50-50 will be like strip clubs. The same thing, like, except you want to get married to a stripper, a dancer, a pole dancer, a club, a night crawler, all of those are in the same category. But like, if it works for you, that's fine. And how you lay your bed, you shall lie on it. But for me, I call the night clubs, the strip club, the gym, the workplace, I call all of this 50-50 spots, because online dating also, because sometimes you just cannot trust these locations. All right, so let us talk about the places that can give you a 100% guarantee. But let me not say 100%, at least a 90% guarantee that you might find the right person for you if you check in these places. So let's talk about those places now. First on my list on the best places that you can find the love of your life is through school. Okay, so if you're still in school, getting your first degree, second degree, master's degree, PhD, whatever, that's one of the best places to find your love match. That's the honest truth. Like, school will help you get to know people. It helps you interact better with people. It gives you more, talking lines and things to ask about and places to be. And also you're like in a confined area, or not like really confined, but like, it's just easier to meet a lot of people. You have more options. Okay, you get to meet people every day, different departments, different faculties, different type of people from all over the world. They come to a particular area to school, so you have more options. Okay, you get to meet them, you get to take them out on different days, and you get to decide which person is best for you. So your school, I don't know, whatever level you are, it's the right place for you to meet the love of your life. Okay, it gives you enough time to get to know them, because you know what they are doing in that area. They are studying for a particular thing, and that shows that they really have goals and dream if they're actually trying to be in school. So like, it's one of the best places that you can find love and have a perfect match. The second place I will talk on my list is like lounges and cafe. And why I chose lounges and cafes because it's usually calm. It's not as noisy as, nightclubs and stripper bars and all of that. So it's easier for you to get to talk to someone. Like maybe you could go to like Starbucks. I don't know the countries you're in, but like most of the Starbucks we have in Dubai, it's really cozy and calm and nice. And most time you just see people go there with their laptop and they're just trying to, send an email or finish a workload. So like if you regularly go to cafes, you figure out that you see a lot of single people there also. And I'm telling you, a lot of women go to cafe just to try to get someone to talk to them. And even though people, like now, like if you go on TikTok, a lot of women are like going to fancier, like more expensive cafe because they want to attract richer men. Because we also know that a lot of men go to cafe to like, just cool down, take coffee, work on a little project on their laptop. So it's a perfect place to meet people. So if you can afford those really fancy places, yeah, you can go to fancy places and you meet fancy people also. But if you can just go to your regular lounges and your cafes, you also meet regular people like you, and love could just happen there. So rather than always sitting down in your house and working on your project on your laptop every time you're at home just working, take your properties and go to a cafe, go to a lounge, try different cafes around you, try different coffee houses, different cool lounges. Trust me, before you go to 10 different lounges, you must have made friends. And among those friends, I'm sure will be really pretty women. And that's how you can find the love of your life. The third on my list of the best places to find the love of your life is organized groups. Now, organized group will be the biggest for me. Like on my list, organized group will be the biggest for me because I've heard so many testimonies from organized groups. Like, one thing about organized group is you find out that you guys share common value. Okay. And I watched a video on Instagram. A Nigerian girl said she met her husband from a Big Brother Ninja group from Facebook. So that's one type of an organized group, in case you're wondering what's organized group. So that's one type of an organized group. Now, that group was a group for discussing the ongoing Big Brother Nigeria program. So there's a Big Brother Africa, to this one Big Brother Nigeria. Okay, so they were talking about a particular girl. People were like talking bad about this contestant, and she was defending this contestant, giving her reason and everything, and people were coming for her. And this particular guy like was protecting her and defending her and saying she was right and all of that. Like they shared the same value, liked the same person from the same TV show. So just like, thank you so much for having my back. I mean, at least one person understands me and all of that. And they started talking, and boom, a couple of years later, their husband and wife had a very big wedding, and he was not even in Nigeria. Like he came back home and he got married to her. So the thing is, you're not dropping comments, you're not joining groups. Go to Facebook groups, okay? Look, if you know the kind of things you like, now you don't even have to fake it. Just you. Me, normally you will find me in groups about love, sex and relationship, marriages, divorced lawyers, therapy, psychology, anything that has to do with relationship and dating and marriage and divorce. You will find me in such group because those are the values that I share, those are the things I'm interested in. So I interact with people from there, with men from there. And even though that's not where I met my husband, but like that's one of the places where you meet. I've met, or I now have great friends and amazing friends from some of these organized groups. So apart from the online organized groups, also like in your church, if there's an like youth group, prayer warrior group, if you're into religious stuff. I also read just 2 days ago that there was a musician that died last year. If you're a Nigerian, his name is Mobad. Okay, may so rest in peace. During the protest, like people were asking, like it was just really messy. And Nigerians came out and they said we don't like how he died, he needs justice and all of that. And Nigerians came out in mass. And just 2 days ago, I was watching a video. A lady, it was her wedding 2 days ago on Saturday, and she said she met her husband during that protest. So you see, organized group. That was an organized group that came out to protest for common value. Like this guy was really nice, his death was really unfair, he needs justice. And the husband was also in that group, and she was there. And they met, connected, shared contact number, and they got married. So the reason why you are still single and you've not met the love of your life is because you don't want to mingle with people. You don't join any group, both online and offline. You don't belong to anything. So try and go out more, or at least join groups, online or offline, and then you get to meet people. And the last on my list is going to be volunteering. Okay, now just like in UAE, we have a lot of jobs that are online. They say they want volunteers, people who will work for free, either for maybe a healthcare sector or a particular project. Join such groups. groups. When the Expo 2020 was on in Dubai, they needed a lot of volunteers. And even though I could not work as a volunteer because I was working as a marketing executive for a particular company, I met a lot of people who were working in the volunteers, and they were amazing from all parts of the world. And I'm sure if I dig deeper, I will find people who met the love of their life and got married after working as a volunteer. So make sure you look for people who volunteer. Look for volunteering jobs. Okay, you get to meet people. Okay, like it's really amazing to go out there and join something for a particular cause. So it's very important that you go out more. The bone of contention here is go out more, live a little more, interact more with people. You cannot be single and then you're just sitting in your house uptight and just hoping that love will find you. No, sometimes it's not about the oh, I'm broke or not. Join some of this group. A lot of these women do not care if you're broke. They don't care if you're short. They don't care if you're not handsome enough, because that's what you're telling to yourself. Someone will see the value that you bring and they will come into your life and make it more beautiful. So stop sitting at home and not trying hard. Make sure that you explore these areas I've just told you, and I can assure you that you will find the most amazing partner for you before the end of the year. I wish you all the best. All right, so this is the end of the video for today. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section. If you're not yet subscribed, please make sure you subscribe before you leave, and go check out my Patreon. Okay, I'm going to be having videos drop there every week now, amazing spicy videos, and you do not want to miss it. Okay, and guys, I have a website. In case you don't know, the link is going to be in the description box. Please go check out my website. I'm going to have some amazing ebooks dropping really soon, and I don't want you to miss any of those. Okay, so make sure you like this video and share so other people will see it. I will see you next time. Keep living life, keeping champs, and bye for now. Mwah.